All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the smoke and mirrors on one of Spider-Man's most fascinating, theatrical, and, let's be honest, downright strange supervillains, the one and only master of illusion, Mysterio.
I mean, just look at this guy. He first showed up way back in 1964 in that iconic fishbowl helmet and that super dramatic green suit. Well, they weren't just for show. They made him instantly unforgettable. Right from the get-go, his whole thing was pure spectacle, which made him the perfect theatrical thorn in Spider-Man's side and, of course, a founding member of the Sinister Six.
But okay, here's the real puzzle. The thing that makes him so compelling. He has no powers. None. Zero. Zilch. He's just a guy. So how in the world does he consistently go toe-to-toe with heroes who can lift cars and dodge bullets? That is the big question we're tackling today.
So to figure that out, we've got to pull back the curtain and take a look at the original man to wear the helmet. So this is Quentin Beck. Now, you got to understand, he was a genuine genius in his field, a master of special effects, a skilled stuntman, an expert in illusions. But he felt completely unappreciated. He wanted the spotlight, the fame, the recognition he was sure his talent deserved. But his career just felt like a total dead end. And you can really see how that ambition just curdled into villainy. It's a clear progression. He starts as a master of his craft, but then his acting career totally tanks. And that's when he has this twisted light bulb moment. He realizes the very skills that Hollywood ignored could make him an unbelievably effective criminal. And that leads us straight to step 4, the birth of Mysterio, which kicked off with him framing Spider-Man for a museum robbery and starting a lifelong grudge. And this brings us right to the core of his power. It isn't strength or speed or anything like that. It's a mastery of technology and misdirection that requires no superpowers whatsoever. Think of his suit as a portable special effects studio, and every single piece is designed to counter a hero like Spider-Man. That helmet, it's not just for show, it's his command center. It's got its own air supply, sonar so he can see through his own smoke, and even holographic projectors. The boots let him basically mimic Spidey's wall crawling. And his signature smoke, this is the genius part, it's not just for cover, he weaponizes it, lacing it with chemicals like a gas to mess with the spider sense, or even an acid that dissolves webbing on contact. Every little piece has a purpose. So, here's the crucial point. All this tech, the smoke, the robots, the holograms, they're just tools. His real weapon is his brain. It's his ability to get inside an opponent's head, to completely warp their reality, and to turn their own senses against them. And this is a perfect snapshot of how he puts it all into practice. He operates on so many different levels. You've got these big strategic threats like founding the Sinister Six, using teamwork and robots just to wear a hero down. You've got clever, theatrical plots like his early alien hoax using pure special effects to fool the government. But then, he can get deeply, horribly personal. In the famous Guardian Devil storyline, he used drugs and manipulation to systematically destroy Daredevil's life, turning the hero's greatest strength, his enhanced senses, into an instrument of pure torture. It proves his cruelty goes way beyond just simple theatrics. But believe it or not, Quentin Beck's story doesn't end there. In fact, his apparent death is where the idea of Mysterio became something much, much bigger, and maybe even more dangerous. So after Quentin Beck was, well, gone for a while, the mantle didn't just die with him. Nope. Others, like the stuntman Daniel Burkhart and the teleporting mutant Francis Klum, they took up the fishbowl and the smoke. And what they proved was that the persona of Mysterio, that symbol of confusion and deception, was a terrifying weapon all on its own, no matter who was actually wearing the costume. And it's that legacy, this powerful concept of a villain who is also an idea, that made him absolutely perfect for the big screen. It was his ticket from being a classic comic foe to a modern, mainstream, A-list threat. And of course, in 2019, Jake Gyllenhaal brought Mysterio to a massive global audience in Spider-Man Far From Home, introducing a whole new generation to this master of misdirection. And this quote, man, it just nails the brilliant, cynical heart of his plan in the movie. See, he didn't want to just be a bad guy. He wanted to manufacture a hero persona for himself by faking a global threat that only he could stop. And this, right here, is what's so brilliant about the movie's take. It updates his origin perfectly for our time. As you can see, he's no longer a bitter Hollywood artist.
Now he's a disgruntled tech developer from Stark Industries. And his weapon isn't practical effects, it's advanced drone tech and augmented reality. That simple shift makes his entire thread feel terrifyingly relevant and totally plausible today.
And really, that brings us to our final thought, doesn't it? Mysterio's power has always been about making people doubt what's right in front of their eyes. And in a world of fake news, deep fakes, and algorithm-driven realities, a villain whose whole gimmick is creating convincing lies and controlling the narrative, well, maybe he's not just a classic comic book foe anymore. Maybe he's the most terrifyingly modern villain there is.